morning. It is Tuesday morning. It is January the 21st. I'm Wesh 2 First Warning Meteorologist Eric Burris. This is Coffee Talk. We get together 7 days a week, chat about what's going on in the world of weather, and we are tracking wet weather. You can see it there in the bottom left corner of your screen. We're going to have that inset box up for basically the entire broadcast, kind of cycling through the wide shot and our live local first warning Doppler radar. But this is a shot looking over to Disney Springs. Definitely not what you'd say is, excuse me, the prettiest of mornings. It's kind of a crummy start to the day, frankly. Here's our first warning live Doppler radar. And I was just making some tweaks to it. So if you see on the loop, if it looks kind of weird there at certain parts, just making some changes, going from severe weather mode to a kind of more stratiform rain mode, basically changing some settings. So anyway, there we go. And you can see there's even some ribbons of heavier stuff. Let me move into the metro area here. And from Kissimmee, St. Cloud down through Walt Disney World, yeah, we've got some of these little pockets of heavier stuff. As a matter of fact, let me just stop and look at that. Some pretty heavy rainfall. This is the Melbourne radar. This is our radar as its live sweep comes through. And yeah, Azalea Park, there's downtown Orlando, a pocket of heavier stuff for sure. Has that live? I don't know. I'm lulled by this live sweep. Always have been. So, all right. If it's pouring in downtown, let me do this. Let me switch over. Let's find a downtown tower cam. All right, this should be looking off toward the west. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we've got. Downtown Orlando, shot 1, shot 2, shot 3. Yeah, so you get the idea. It's crummy outside. So we've got that heavier pocket there in downtown. There's just other light showers around. You can see around Lake County, right? Up to the north. Now, if we switch over, let me switch to the Tallahassee radar. I think it's already starting to transition. Let's look. Actually, we got New Orleans. Let's just look at the New Orleans radar because it's getting nasty over there. Oh, it's the terminal radar because they put on the wrong one. Of course they did. Yeah. All right, so there's the radar with precip type. Look at the mess. Look at that mess. Snow. Yeah, let's switch over to Tallahassee. Give it a second. When you switch radars, it like takes it a couple seconds. All right. So here's the Tallahassee radar. So nothing yet, but eventually, y'all, it's going to be a big sloppy mess of a transition. So let's do this, all right? Let's look at the wide shot and kind of get an idea of what's happening. All right, so there's our storm system in the Gulf of Mexico just starting its motion, right? And as it does so, it's kind of helping to fire up the rain that we're seeing across central Florida. There's our showers, but there's all that winter precip, and it's all going to be moving in. And I will add that I will be live in the weather lab starting on Wesh 2 News at 4 o'clock today. We're going to be taking the weather lab, heading up to the panhandle. God knows what we're going to find. Probably some snow. Heading up to Tallahassee. So, yeah. All right. So, that said, let's get into the advisories and just kind of discuss. All right. Winter storm warnings in effect for all of North Florida. That's the white color. And I believe for the first time ever, there is a winter storm advisory posted for Marion County. Don't think I've ever seen that. I'd have to go back and check, but don't think I've ever seen that. So this is kind of the idea in the forecast world, all right? Looking at all the data, could be talking about 2, 3, 4 inches of snow from Panama City through to Tallahassee. And that's why we're taking the lab up to Tallahassee. This will be fun. I bought long underwear yesterday. What I'm gonna do is before I go live, I've got long underwear, and then I've got like a long undershirt, like a thermal undershirt I'm gonna put on underneath this shirt. So Because here's the thing. Frank says, "Good morning. Yeah, for snow in Niceville. Pretty sure Niceville's where my aunt lives. So, yay. Um, so it's not necessarily that it's going to be so cold that you have to wear the thermal stuff up there. But I'm going to be standing outside doing live TV. So, yeah. So anyway, that'll be fun. So I'll be live in Tallahassee covering it all. Never a dull moment. Oh, the weather. I want to head to Tallahassee. Kara says so bad, right? Brian will be driving along the coast. I will. I'm sure we're going to take 75 to I-10. Travis says the nipples will freeze off. I I have them, Greg. Never mind. Anyway, Beverly says take some hand warmers and put them in your shirt. Oh yeah, I'm going to be doing that too. Blue Goose says I heard a blizzard warning for Lake Charles. That's Louisiana. Yeah, I saw Louisiana was under blizzard advisories. Of course, I don't have a graphic that would show that. But I do have an explainer on what a blizzard warning means. So, apparently, I don't have that. I have what was. Oh, well. All right. Anyway. So that's that. Okay. In our area, right? In our area, there is the concern for freezing rain, particularly in Marion County. Okay. It's a low threat, but it's a threat nonetheless. So let's do this. We're going to take a look at some Futurecast data together just to kind of get an idea of where we're at. Okay. I'm just going to run Futurecast. And then we're going to switch modes around and all that fun stuff. All right. So first off, there's Futurecast clearly showing the kind of crummy weather we've got now. Copy that, right? All right, we'll go through time. 3, 4, 5. So what you're noticing, by the way, is clouds and rain all day today. Yeah. Lauren says we don't have any info on blizzards. Show you how often we use it. Or when I moved the file, I just messed it up. That's where it's at. Mm. So anyway, all right, rolling through time. 5, 6 o'clock the rain, 7 o'clock the rain. Notice though on the top left corner, right? You're starting to see the whites and the pinks. That we'll look at that in a little bit. 9, 10. It's pouring. I mean, Central Florida is going to be just crummy, right? Overnight, we're starting to see that pink getting close, right? That freezing rain, 5, 6 a.m. Looks like it's going to be dry for me in Tallahassee. And so what we have to figure out is our coverage plan. When am I going to be live versus when am I going to be not live? But you can see there 6, 6:30, 7. There's going to be that cold, dry air coming in, but like it looks like the cold air overruns the moisture just a little bit. So don't be surprised if we don't see some freezing rain, some sleet in extreme northern spots for Flagler, Putnam, Alachua, Marion counties. And then through Wednesday, kind of late morning, that dry air starts to come in. Looks much, much better, right? And then into Thursday, look at those winds kicking around again, meaning more moisture. Yeah. So that's where we're at. Now, let's do this again. This time I'm going to turn the mapping around. All right. And let's look at it through the panhandle. And I'm going to turn the clouds off because the clouds with the snow, it just doesn't work. All right. So here we are. There's 3 o'clock. What? Oh, so right off the bat, like 2 p.m. Eastern time, right? Starting to get that wall of winter weather, the W's working in to Panama City, then Tallahassee. 5 p.m. So yeah, there it is. 5, 6, 7, 8, right? Like it's snowing. It's snowing. 10, 11 o'clock, it's snowing. It's going to be rainy, crummy by us in Central Florida, but 11 o'clock, snowing. Then midnight, 12, 1 o'clock starts to clear out a bit, and the drying starts, right? And that's where, we come over to like Jacksonville area and we start to see now, watch 10, 11 o'clock, Jacksonville's pouring. But afterward, early tomorrow morning, that's when we start to see the changeover. Could see some wet flakes in Jacksonville. It'd have to be like inland Duval, if anybody. And then it clears on out. Yeah. Now, for our northernmost spots, right? Pouring rains, 4 a.m., pouring rains, 5 a.m. Speaking of which, it's pouring at my house right now, 6 a.m. But there's a little opportunity right in there. Do you want to build a snowman? Okay, bye. Right? So, anyway, that's interesting. As far as our future cast goes in terms of how much snow we could see, don't be like so overly excited. We're not going crazy with this. But there's the potential. There's the potential. And that, my friends, is why looking ahead to coverage tonight, listen, we're going to do this thing. We're going to do this thing, right? Tonight, I'll be heading down and live starting at 4 o'clock. We'll be on Snow Patrol. If you can cue their song, then cue their song. But yeah, so today at 4, we'll be there. Kelly says I will pay you $10 if you ask someone in Tally if they want to build a snowman and see how they respond. Look, I'll do anything. Look, to make good TV, everybody has a price. To make good TV, I'll do it. Let's do this thing. Don't be excited for snow unless you're in Tallahassee. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Again, we're not tracking snow in Central Florida. Yeah. There's the idea. All right. So snow. Also, like our Futurecast, 8 inches of snow in Tallahassee. Or in New Orleans? Are you kidding me? What a mess. What a mess. Tallahassee, 2 inches of snow. That's something. Yeesh. Cole over on YouTube says putting the brrr in brrrs. Yeah, correct. Brian's asking if Ocala does get ice on the roads, how long will it take for the ice to go away before it's safe to drive on the roads? Remember, the road temperatures are going to be warmer. So it's not, black ice is a concern. I would just say as the sun comes up, we should be able to reset things a bit. Will you dance for us to make good TV? Look, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. So that's kind of where we're at. Now, in terms of course, because as we got so into it, we didn't really talk about today. Today's not a great day. Clouds, pockets of rain, right? 50, 60. You can see the rain coverage stays up through the day. Temperatures are going to be chilly. Michelle's asking, are you bringing the kids to see snow? No. They have school. Who is driving me? I've got my photographer. Hold on one second. My photographer Jen is driving. Yeah. Let's see here. You are naturally entertaining. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Eric has work. Yeah, well, I'll be listen, in the back of the weather lab, I'll be putting graphics together. I'll be doing all those things. So yeah, you could fly up there and meet the weather lab. Here's the thing. Mooney's not authorized for flight into known icing conditions, and something tells me there's going to be some icing conditions up that way. Call me crazy. Something tells me. Cold chili pepper snow. Hey, oh, listen what I say. Oh, is your photographer from the north? I don't know. I feel like there's some northern ties in there. I don't know for sure. I don't know for sure. Price of salt in Tallahassee just went up. Listen, I mean, it's one of those things we just don't have the infrastructure, right? So it's not the best of situations there. All right. All right. So let's take a look at the 7-day forecast together. All right. I'm going to pop off the radar box for just a second. All right. So there we go. 57 today, clouds and rain, impact weather because it's just getting sick weather. Yeah. Tomorrow, crummy in the morning, clearing through the day. Then Thursday, more showers. Friday, Saturday, Sunday looking fantastic, 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 fantastic. And to that point, my friends, Saturday, if you have students at the Orlando Sanford International Airport, there's the aviation day. We'll talk more about that when we're not into like winter weather mode. But Saturday is the aviation day over at the Orlando Sanford International Airport. I'll be emceeing. It'll be fun. Beverly says, I hope Jen is a northern driver. Keep off the brakes. We'll have a conversation or three. Yeah. Sydney says, I slept under 4 blankets last night. Haven't done that since I lived in Colorado. Ay, Gavolt. So as long as it's only covering us, it's okay to leave it up. What are you talking about, Frank? What? Oh, you guys are talking about the her model? All right, so we can dial up some hers. First off, let me just pull up the her model's forecast snowfall. Stand by. Let me pull that up. It's thinking, it's thinking. There you go. Thanks, computer, for deciding to wake up. All right. I'm just going to pull up. All right. This is the her snowfall product. And then we can look at the actual her. So yeah, the her obviously is a little bullish, throwing a little snow into Flagler, a little snow into Marion. So don't really know if that's going to happen. But here, we can dial into the her. Let me pull up just the raw weather type. All right, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right. So there's the her. Ugh, crummy weather. All right, there's that pink. I'm going to turn off the clouds. Don't have to do this very often, but during, you know, winter type events. Yeah, the her wants to look at that. The her does want to make a little bit of a changeover in Marion. How about that? See that? Ugh. Scene camera delete. Go 2D. You see that? Isn't that something? Oh my God, stop. I deleted the camera. There. There. It's rain. It's crummy. It's crummy. There. How interesting. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see how that plays out, right? Computer models are guidance, not gospel, right? Don't we know that? But I mean, the herd's wanting a changeover tomorrow. To that point, let me turn off the grayscale on the Earth. All right. So there's the true representation. I just turned off the grayscale, but you could see it's got a little changeover. Listen, y'all, when I'm doing coffee talk tomorrow, if you live in Marion or Flagler and you get a little snow, I want to hear about it. You hear me? You hear me? Eduardo, what about the ocean temperatures? Does this weather help to cool down influence? Winter's winter, Eduardo. Winter will cool. Winter's cool, spring races, and all right. We will know if they're gospel tomorrow. That's right. All right. Stephanie says, I got you, Danellen. Good. Good. I need all the help I can get. I need y'all to be my eyes and ears. Wouldn't that be something? Isn't that something? And then you can see just as clearly as like it's coming through, it's like, bye-bye. And then it clears on out. If it snows on Ormond, how can I post? Send me emails. Send me all the emails. Ready? I'll give you my email address right now. Ready? Grab a pen. I'll wait a moment. I'll give you a topic. I don't trust it unless it stays consistent with the other models. The other models are wanting it to stay north, so that's why I'm not like jumping for joy. Debbie says, I love driving in snow. Y'all okay there? Debbie, you sure? I don't know anybody that likes driving in the snow. Barb says he's just a little giddy about his snow field trip. If it was closer than Tallahassee, I feel like I'd probably be a bit giddier, if I'm honest. Oh, boy. I'll be driving up there. I can send you pictures. Be careful. You're driving up there. How long will you stay in Tallahassee? So the game plan is to be out of there, to come back as long as it's safe. All right. Back to our live radar. I just want to check and see. This is our radar. Da, 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 da. All right. So this is our radar. I made some tweaks. This is about as good as you're going to get it. All right. There you go. All right. So there's a look at our live radar. Still tracking the rains. Ribbon's a heavy stuff moving through. Like downtown's about to get a heavy batch. Now, you see how it's all Swiss cheesy? It's because I've got the antenna low. Hold on. Let me raise the antenna. So we'll switch antenna control. We'll go from 0.3 to 0.5. And then antenna control thresholds. Try to go to 20. Because we're switching to a more stratiform deal. So I have to. This is the stuff I do. This is the stuff that I do when nobody's watching. I'm looking to fill in those Swiss cheese holes. All right. We're getting there. I think I overdid it. Yep, I overdid it. Crumbs. All right. See how it's. I overdid it. Yeah. So Debbie posted eburris@hearst.com. That's correct. Yep. All right. Let's let it sweep back around and see if I didn't fix it again. You'd better pray you aren't making a grounding day remake. I take Tallahassee in 4-hour doses myself. Yeah, I mean truth be told, I've only ever flown to Tallahassee, so I'll have to check that drive. This will be my first drive to Tallahassee. All right, did I fix it? Okay, now we're okay. I think I may have to tweak that filter up a little bit more. Yeah, I need to tweak it up a little bit more. All right. All right. All right. I'm just trying to. This is this. Listen, y'all are working with me. We're just at this moment. I'm just talking. So this is the Melbourne radar. So this is what a lot of what I do when I'm tweaking the radars. This is the Melbourne live radar from the National Weather Service, and this is us. And so I'm just trying to make sure that we're not. I'm trying to get it changed over from the severe mode we had the other day to a more what's called stratiform mode. I didn't break it, fam. Taylor, back it down there, kitten. All right, I feel like I went too high on the filtering. Went too high. See, it's all about a threshold. It's so dang sensitive. All right, maybe 8 is our number. I feel like that's probably pretty good right there. That's Melbourne. That's us. We'll make it one more time. What I'm looking for at the moment, not that you care, is I just want to try and fill in this as best as I can, these little dots. There's a threshold. And the thing is as the change in the atmosphere happens, it's constant. I have to constantly tweak. Brian says, I've driven to Tally many times. Very boring, especially along I-10. Yeah. Yeah. Make the burr sound while bringing it. Yeah. All right, I think that's probably I feel like that's probably the sweet spot. Yeah. Wait, wait. It's not perfect. I'll tweak it. I'll tweak it. It's fine. We'll get there. We'll bring it down one more tick. We'll get there. You know, the radar just takes constant tweaking. All right, so questions, comments, concerns while I'm sitting here playing with the radar. That's Melbourne. That's us. All right. Questions, comments, concerns? Anybody? Anything? Mickey, did you see the hurricane hunters, or in this case, snow hunters, did some sampling for this historic storm? Yeah, they went out to sample the atmosphere to put data into the computer models. Yeah. Matt, are you giving EAA Young Eagle ride Saturday or just MC? So I'm just MCing, but my partner in the airplane is using our airplane to give Young Eagle rides. So my plane will be doing the rides, but I will not. So yeah, perfect. Look at that. Got it. Got it. It's not. It's a little oversensitive, but it'll be fine. I feel like that's probably the sweet spot there. Yeah, that's probably as good as I'm gonna get it. Yeah. All right. Constant work on the radar. Constant work. You should have you should stop and have lunch with your Ocala peeps. Listen, I feel like I've got a doctor's appointment with my son this morning, and then afterward, I'm going to have to just haul. So there's not going to be time for lunch, unfortunately. Yeah. All right, people, listen. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. Stay warm. I'll do a live this or a live that on from the weather lab. So we'll be doing our thing. Steph, what are the requirements, or how do the kids sign up to ride on Saturday? So go Google Orlando Sanford Airport Aerospace Aviation Day, and you'll get all the info on that. I don't know the requirements, but yeah. All right. But yeah, super fun. I'll be there. We'll talk more about it when we're not into like snow mode. All right. But in the meantime, it's kind of crummy outside. Got the radar in a sensitive-ish mode. Looks pretty okay. I think it's okay. Yeah. We made some tweaks. I think we did okay. I think we've got it in a good spot. So, all right, that's about as good as I think I'm going to get her to look for now. Lots of rain, though, around. I apologize. All right, friends, we'll be doing the Facebook